The World Cup format you grew up watching is gone. FIFA has replaced the 32-team bracket that defined the tournament for decades. In 2026, the field expands to 48 competing nations. This adds a heavier match schedule and an entirely new knockout phase to the tournament. While more slots create room for historic runs from underdogs, they also multiply the statistical traps where heavy favorites can easily crash out. Lifting this trophy now requires a squad to navigate a larger field and a longer schedule than any team in football history. The true test doesn't start at the opening ceremony. A team has to survive a grueling campaign that begins years before they even pack for North America. Every continent runs its own fragmented qualifying system to determine who gets a ticket. Europe's path looks completely different from South America's, and Africa's route is entirely distinct from Asia's. The governing bodies say everyone has an equal shot. In practice, the structure forces some nations through a much steeper, more punishing climb than others. This multi-year slog taxes a roster physically and mentally. It acts as an aggressive filter long before the actual group stage draws near. Just reaching the starting line is a major achievement. Fall short here, and a nation's 4-year project results in an exit that can define an entire generation of players. Welcome to the group stage. This diagram illustrates the new scale of the tournament, sorting 48 teams into 12 distinct groups of 4. Every team gets exactly 3 matches. A win secures 3 points, a draw gets 1. Suffer a loss, and you get nothing. The primary rule of survival is straightforward. Secure a top 2 spot in your group, and your squad automatically advances to safety. But finishing third puts you in an agonizing state of limbo. Only the 8 best third-place teams across all 12 groups will advance, forcing squads to spend their rest days tracking results from opposite ends of the continent. This is where goal difference transforms from a minor statistical footnote into a high-stakes survival metric. A single goal scored in the dying seconds of matchday 3 can decide whether a team stays or flies home. Surviving this phase relies on cold calculation. It rewards teams that can prioritize mathematical damage control over total dominance. This leads to the most significant structural change in the tournament, the round of 32. The safety net is gone. The psychology of the players shifts immediately. Lose once and you are out. One mistimed tackle or a single bad pass instantly erases 4 years of strategic preparation. From there, the bracket moves through the round of 16, the quarterfinals, and the semifinals. The talent pool rapidly condenses, and the remaining opponents will punish any vulnerability. If the score is tied after 90 minutes, teams endure extra time. Still deadlocked? Survival comes down to the terrifying lottery of penalty shootouts. Navigating this specific knockout structure demands an elite tolerance for unbroken, escalating pressure. Only the most resilient rosters can handle it. Finally, 2 teams arrive at the World Cup final. It operates in an isolated vacuum where the previous 6 matches no longer matter. Piling up maximum points in the group stage or scoring 20 goals earlier in the month offers zero protection now. Eternal glory comes down to a razor-thin margin in these final 90 minutes. One instance of tactical brilliance or one tiny mistake is the only difference between lifting the trophy and watching someone else do it. Winning this specific match serves as the final proof that a squad survived the highest concentration of sporting pressure on Earth. That is the true architecture of a world champion.
Years of regional qualification, followed by a brutal 7-match gauntlet. With the expansion to 48 teams and the addition of a sudden death round, which nation has the endurance to survive 2026? If you want more deep dive analyses into the complex, high-stakes mechanics behind global football, make sure to subscribe.